For this lesson, I'm going to show how you can take two colors of acrylic paint and make a smooth gradation from one color into another. And because I'm using yellow and blue, today we'll be making green as we blend the two colors together. So the first way to do this is to use your lighter color first. I find that this is a little bit easier, especially when using blue, because blue is a very strong paint color and it tends to take over your paint really quick, and it's very hard to bring it back to a lighter color once you've used too much of the darker. So the first thing to do is to put down enough paint that you can see it on the surface of your paper or your canvas, whatever it is you're using. And I'm putting the lighter color about 3/4 of the way along this shape. After I put the yellow down, I'm rinsing my brush, and I have a piece of paper towel here that I'm going to use to dry it off. If your paint is too wet, it won't work very well, so it's good to just have a damp brush. Now I'm going to put my blue on the other side, and I want to put enough again that I can see it on the surface and it'll stay wet for a good amount of time. So once I'm starting to meet up with the yellow, I'm just going to start dabbing my paint. And I often tell my students to make X's just because it's easy to remember, but as long as you dab it pretty evenly, it should blend smoothly. So right now I'm just getting the paint to mix together so I can get my color, and I'll smooth it after I'm done dabbing in this way. You want to work a little bit quickly, just because the paint dries a little fast. And if you wait too long, then problems will start to occur, which I will show you next. So here I have a brush that's a little too wet, so I'm going to wipe some of the paint off for water. And now I'm just going to start to go up and down with my brush to smooth my brush strokes. Here I'm not really caring too much about the edges of this shape. I just want to show how to smooth it. I'll show you how to get your edges nice and clean within a shape in a moment as well. So here I'm getting a little bit too dark, so I'm going to add a little bit more yellow. And just continue to smooth it. Now you want to make sure that you don't blend it for too long, because as your paint starts to dry, things will happen. And I'll show you what those things are right now. So the first thing that might happen that'll cause you some trouble when you're trying to blend two colors together is you put on your color, the light color, and then you add your darker color, and then as you start to blend, you just do it the same way we did before. Dabbing your colors together. And then you start blending. And you start to blend a lot in one area. And you keep blending, trying to get it perfect. And then in a little while you'll see the paint starting to get picked up by my brush as I try to blend. There you go, starting to see those light spots forming. I'll go back over here. So then I go back here, I try to get some more. And still, my brush is starting to pick up some of that color. And the more I do this, the more you'll see it happen. There we go. See, it's starting to pick up that paint.